Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. We have a really cool show today. We go knee deep into reality TV. We got some trailers and our double feature for the week. Let's start the show. I'm Francisco, and I'm here with my World Cup emotional support buddy, Andres.
I'm not going to cuddle with you if that's what you're asking me.
Just cuddle with me telepathically. Tell me it's going to be okay when Mexico doesn't win.
Yeah, I could send you some text saying, stay away from sharp objects. And
okay, there you go. That's all I want. You know, check if I'm okay, if I'm alive, you know. It's going to be rough, bro.
What's your take on Mexico? Do they have a chance this year?
I don't think so.
Well,
I've been more optimistic for other teams in other World Cups.
Yeah.
This time I'm not as optimistic, and maybe it'll come back and backfire on me. You know, like reverse. Where I'm like, yeah, we can win it. And then now that I don't think we can, maybe we will. And I'll be like, you know, all my Mexican people out there can hate on me. But yeah, man, I'm excited. But I tell you what, it ain't gonna be easy. We got a tough group, and like next Saturday, November 26th, we play against Argentina and the greatest soccer player of all time, trying to get his first World Cup. So
who's that? Who's the greatest soccer player of all time?
Lionel Messi.
That guy's still there? I thought he was retired.
No. He's 35, but he's still breaking records. So.
Isn't that pretty old for soccer?
Yeah, it is.
What's his last?
Being effective.
What's his last contract? I think you told me like how much was his last contract.
Oh, the previous one to this one, it was like 4 years for $620 million.
Oh my God! I was drinking some water right now. I'm gonna spit that shit out.
Well, right now there's a French guy that has I think he got 600 and something for 3 years.
For bouncing a goddamn ball off your head. Sons of bitches.
Bro.
All right.
Yeah. I know.
I went into the wrong business.
Yeah.
I could have been that guy. I could have been a contender. Anyways, World Cup. We're going to get into that a little bit more on the show. But what do we got first?
All right, man. First up, we got Fast X budget blows out to $340 million.
Yeah. Dude, the 10th so that's the 10th Fast and the Furious film.
Yeah. Why? I'm like, bro, why are we still why are they still doing these? I don't understand. I'm like, what's the last
number one?
What's the last one you watched?
They're doing it for the story because they're family.
Yeah. It's all about the family.
Yeah. That's why they all the actors all hate each other and don't speak.
Yeah.
Other shit.
I want to say I tapped out at number 7. Which one did you tap out on?
6. I watched the 5th one in the theater. I remember.
And 5th one was good.
The 5th was the best. Like that was. I will rewatch that film. I will defend that film. That film is fan. As far as like a templated action film, it's like perfect almost. It's like it's got so many perfect action beats and like it's well shot and everything is so cool. When The Rock shows up, I mean, that's when they took the franchise to like 11.
Yeah.
And then they shit the bed right afterwards. I'm like, oh my
God.
But that movie was awesome. And then I was excited to watch the 6th one. And I think halfway through the 6th one, I think I watched it with the same dudes from I worked with. We went to watch the 6th one together. And like halfway through, I think we're all just kind of like looking at each other like, this is the worst piece of shit ever. Like they're not even trying to like make sense of anything. Like nothing.
Is number 6 the one with the submarine or the one with the long? No,
that's 7.
Oh, so number 6 is the one with the long air when they're trying to take off in the airplane and it took forever
the 20-minute runway.
Yeah. What the fuck? No turns, just straight. They're going to
20 minutes
zip code.
Yeah, like they're going
fast, and they're going fast.
Oh yeah. They're not like just like Dude, they could have just walked down that runway much like in a shorter period of time. I don't. Anyways. Yeah. They weren't even trying to like bring reality into it. At least in the fifth one, there was some level of like reality and gravity and distance. In the sixth one, I don't know what that writer's room was like. Or like, hey guys, I got an idea. Let's just take away gravity and physics from this film.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic. Oh my God. And then they don't even look good. Like they're just like, let's take away the time and money for the visual effects stuff. And people are still gonna show up. And people did. And they're like, let's take away even more. Like they're like, I think we can go stupider. I think we can make the film worse and people will still show up. I think we could put less effort. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, the last film I think didn't do that well. Or as well. And I think they realized like they're doing the whole Transformers thing where it started strong, making a ton of money, and they just stopped trying, and then people just show up and get paid, and the audience is like, fuck this, and the audience is starting to show up. But the crazy thing is, like you just said, the budget for this one is probably higher than anything else that they've done, and this is probably going to be the worst one because they had to change directors, which is never a good thing. That pretty much just guarantees it's going to be like a total mess, and apparently the budget is proving that it's a complete mess, and they're just trying to solve it by throwing money at it instead of saying, hey, let's just take a beat, rewrite some of this stuff. And I mean, word is Vin Diesel is impossible to work with, so everyone's wanting to quit. And I have no idea. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm curious about the trailer, so I don't know what to tell you, man.
No, I just put this on here because I'm like, why, bro? Just I don't understand why, but
money. It's Universal. They don't have a lot of franchises.
So
they got to milk it up. All right. Anyways, Fast and the Furious. Have fun whenever that shows up.
All right.
Turn your brain off.
we'll and talk your eyeballs.
All right. What you got next? This is cool.
Moving on. We got Quentin Tarantino talks about directing a miniseries for TV. A little 8-hour run. What do you think?
No, I think it's cool. I think people should curb their expectations. I don't think it's something that he's written. It seems like it's like he's gonna work with a pre-existing property and direct a bunch of the episodes. I'm not really sure what it means exactly, but he's directed some TV stuff before. It's good, but it's not like signature Tarantino stuff. It'll have like signature moments here and there, but it's gonna be like, it's gonna be Tarantino light, and it'll be competently directed, whatever it is, and he'll put some of his spin on it, a little bit here and there. But I don't know, when he directed his stuff previously, he was not like Oscar award winning multiple, you know what I mean? He wasn't that guy quite yet, so maybe they'll lean into him a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see when they announce it. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah. I just wonder what if it depends what it is. Is it going to be like a standalone thing that he wrote? Or is it going to be like a part of, is it going to be like another, little run on CSI? It depends what it is. Because I mean, I really like that CSI episode. I remember I made a point to watch it. And
but
it was really cool.
Can he sustain like 8 episodes of that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it depends on the material that if he wrote it or if he had a hand in writing it. I think it totally depends on that.
I wonder, what do you think it should be? Of all the things, what would be cool? Just spitball.
It'd be really cool to see some sci-fi shit out of him, even if it's not Star Trek, even if it's not anything like that, but just something a little bit out of this world, a little galaxy-ish, I don't know.
What would that be?
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm trying to think what out of this world Star Trek-y thing is currently available for him. I don't know, man. You know what? I have a feeling it might be a Western of some sort. Because there's him in Westerns. There's something there, I think.
Oh, and also he wrote all those episodes of that show for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's right. I think bounty law or something bounty. Yeah, bounty law, whatever it was called. I think if I had to bet money, I'd say at least 60% chance it's a Western, something or other.
Yeah.
But we'll find out.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. It's cool. All right. Next one.
Moving on. White Lotus scores a third season.
Yeah.
We like the show. Don't like the show. What do you think?
I like the show. I like the anthology aspect of it. I think the second season is much more mature than the first season. I think the characters are deeper and more interesting. Mm-hmm. And the first season, they had some interesting characters, but this season they go way further into exploring like these two couples and their marriages, and like they just keep peeling back layers with every episode. Or like, oh man, they really, really like. You think they don't really like each other? Like, oh man, no, they really love each other. They're like, oh, they love each other, but they have a different approach to how they love. You know what I mean? It's like this.
Yeah.
Every episode reveal. It's really like 3 episodes in, and a lot's happened. Like I like it. I like the anthology nature of it. The other show on HBO is, I think it's like Love Life or something. The Anna Kendrick was in the first season, and it completely changed for the second season to a totally different person. But the theme was the same, but it's totally different, which is a great show. We should talk about that at some point. And then for them to do it with White Lotus, I'm really, really loving the anthology series that they have going on HBO. So I think it's cool. It just opens up a lot of possibilities. What do you think?
Yeah. I think I agree with you as far as the anthology and everything like that. I think that I think the first season was a little more upfront with the laughs. Like the laughs in this season are hard to come by. Like, the humor is a little off, but like as far as everything else, the acting, the story, for me, I think that this season has been a lot more cinematic, like the way everything's shot and the scene, like, where it's at, the placement, taking advantage of some like built-in things like the Godfather thing and having all that together. I think all of that added to it. So I enjoyed this season too, and looking forward to seeing more. So
I like how they I like how they carried over a character from the first season to the second season. And I'm kind of hoping this character does not show up in the third season. Like, let's wrap up their arc, and then it'd be kind of cool, depending on who an outstanding character is for the second season, for them to show up in the third season in some capacity would be kind of fun. That's what they did in the other show, the Love Life on the Anna Kendrick show, where she shows up in the second season, but for like half an episode. And I'm like, this really works. It ties it all together. It's nice.
Yeah.
But it establishes the world a little bit in a real simple way, just connecting characters. But
connecting the dots. Yeah.
At first, I was like, how do I say it? I was a little disappointed that they weren't like at a resort like Hawaii in the first season, because like half the appeal of the first season, I'm just staring at like the resort and like where they're sitting eating all their meals. I'm like, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Sunset on the ocean. You know what I mean? Like for me, I'll just stare at that all day, like gorgeous. And then they switch over to this Italian like resort, not as picturesque, but still it has its own charms and interesting parts, and it's different. And like you say, it opens it up the door to like go to the Godfather locations. I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Like that's so cool. I was going to ask you if you like that, but we'll get into that. We actually review the damn show. We were just talking about news here, but but we will review that in chunks probably next week or so.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. All right. What we watched, we both started FIFA Uncovered. This whole mess that happened with FIFA and
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix, and the awarding of the World Cup to Russia and Qatar, and like the corruption that is like deep rooted in there, and like it's crazy watching this stuff. You're like, man, some of these people are still in denial. Like there was no corruption. I'm like, fool, there's like receipts.
They got Xerox checks paid to your account for literally nothing. like 1.5 million. What was that for? Oh, just because we're cool. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then like a day later, there's footage of him like fucking, I vote for this guy. like, god damn.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't think if you got into this part, but like in that bid to the World Cup for Qatar, the United States was up for it too. And the United States had 3 voters, right? And one of the fucking 3 voters voted for Qatar too. instead of their own.
I didn't get that far. I'm like halfway through the second episode. And man, so for those listening, FIFA, explain FIFA for the listeners.
FIFA is the supposedly, what do you call it when there's, they don't,
it's
they
like
don't
the
make
governing,
money?
it's like a governing body.
Yeah. Non-profit. That's what it is. It's a like non-profit, non-governing body for soccer, basically, in the entire world.
Yeah.
There's like different, each continent has their own like confederation, and they govern those bodies, and they tell them when they're going to play, what they're going to play, and things like that. And they put the World Cup together. So
it's every 4 years.
Yep. Every 4 years. And they award, just like the Olympics, when the Olympics go around and they award the Olympics to a certain city, they do the same thing with the World Cup. And it's a boost, for economy to that region or country or whatever. And it's a big thing.
And you're also getting, if you do it right, you're getting like billions of dollars worth of like free advertising to like how amazing your country supposedly is.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's also like it comes with a lot of stuff too. Like you got to build stadiums. You got to, and sometimes there's a lot of like the work conditions aren't the greatest in some of the third world countries that they go to, because
we're going to get into that.
Immigrant workers and mistreatment and all that. But FIFA is the governing body for soccer, basically. And they're corrupt.
Yeah. And the documentary kind of starts to like where the corruption starts to take seed. Because FIFA was like a small body. It was like it rented a small office in a small building. And then over the course of a certain year, it got taken over by a businessman versus a soccer fan. And then they saw the opportunities. And one of the first things they point out is they gave Argentina in 1974, I think it was, a game.
78.
Or the tournament. Yeah, 78. That's right. And then at the time, Argentina was a military dictatorship where they were murdering people, like straight up. Like the story is, and I think there's footage of like, if you were protesting the government, they would put you in a helicopter, fly you up, and throw you out of the helicopter into like, I think it was a stadium, something like some terrible thing where they would just like murder just hundreds, if not thousands of people if you disagree with the government. That's who they were. And FIFA agreed to host a World Cup tournament in Argentina at the time because Argentina had basically paid them off, and at the same time they wanted to what's called sports washing, and they wanted to make themselves look better for the world by hosting this thing and hope people forget that they were murdering just hundreds or not thousands of people. And sports washing, that's what's kind of introduced. And they talk about in the documentary how Hitler did that shit for the Olympics way back in the day, and that they're taking playbooks from that, and it's still kind of going on with Qatar. So it's nuts how like, I don't even know, almost like 80 years later, this kind of tradition of sports washing continues. But and it just kind of starts there and just keeps going. And I just got to like the early 2000s in my my watching of the documentary. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
but
highly recommend it if you guys are interested. And it's great viewing right before the World Cup starts. So
yeah, it gives it some context, because already the Qatar, there's all kinds of crazy stories. Like they're trying to like censor a lot of the media, and then there's a story like a day or two ago that me and you talked about where they pulled all the beer cells from the event. Yeah. Like, dude, what are your thoughts on pulling beer cells from FIFA?
Well, I don't know, dude. I'm sure that right now there are. I don't know how much you can argue against the royalty, but I guess FIFA had I read a little bit about it where FIFA had a $75 million sponsorship deal with Budweiser.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what do we do with all this beer?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy.
Dude, like imagine that. And like they're trying to like control it because Qatar outlawed homosexuality. Like, and they're going to like, okay, let's have a thing there for the world to see. Like, I don't think that's going to go over well in 2022. You know what I mean? But they're like trying to act like they're the good guys, and there's like no human rights over there, and like this, and I think they said something like well over 1,000 people died building those stadiums because what's the average heat, like 115 degrees over there outdoors? I'm like, dude, They're in the middle of the desert, like that, and you're constructing these massive stadiums.
Yeah, that's
oh
crazy.
My god,
it's a nightmare,
dude. Yeah. So, but soccer that starts next week. Holy shit,
it's crazy.
Oh man.
All right, so
Wild
moving
world.
on.
Yes.
Next week, guys, we will have the finale recap for Andor. We wanted to give you guys a break because last week we went deep into Andor.
Dude,
love yes last week, so
maybe restate that for a second.
So we're gonna give everybody a break, and we'll be back next week with some more Andor.
Yeah, we also got the Great British Bake Off season finale. We'll talk about that next week. And we also have here sneak peek of this. Nope. You watched it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it later today, so that's gonna be on the next episode. So we could both hopefully fawn over it and say how amazing it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. What's the next our little tidbit here?
Moving on to Nerd Corner. We're gonna nerd out real quick on have a little reality TV roundup. How we feel about unscripted TV, competition reality versus unscripted drama. I watched some stuff. I don't know, Andres. I think you watch less, but I like competition. I watch Survivor. I watch Amazing Race. I watch some of these cooking competition shows. The only like drama thing I think I would watch is Below Deck. Shout out to all the deckies out there.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you need unscripted stuff sometimes, man, to break the monotony. You need some real life people out there. What do you think?
I don't enjoy reality shows. I mean, I enjoy reality competition shows. Like, I think the only two are like cooking shows and like stuff like American Ninja Warrior. Like, I love American Ninja Warrior. It's so cool. And I like the Great British Bake Off is great. And like we were talking about Bobby Flay stuff and Iron Chef. Like I totally dig a lot of that. Like I just like watching people cook and create things. And for me, like a lot of cooking is kind of like art. And it's like getting to watch art getting made in front of you. Like I want to understand the process and the thoughts behind it. Like that's great. That's fun. But when it comes to say, I don't even know, like The Real World, it was one of the ones that started it back in the day. And
damn, homie, you old.
Yeah, we the word you're looking for is we old. But feeling good. I pretty much can't stand like these unscripted drama shows for the most part. I think part of it is like the editing of it all. Like for me, it's like it's so blatantly bullshit, and like how they'll get like 10 hours of footage and kind of condense that down into like a 30-minute show where it's clearly like manipulated and edited, and it's bullshit, and that's fine. Like as long as you go in knowing that the whole thing is bullshit and not reflective of any sort of reality, it's just pure entertainment. And if you can be entertained, great. I see it as like a really poorly written, poorly acted film that has like drama and conflict. And if you're looking for some like drama and conflict by shitty actors and shitty writing, and you just want to like escape, cool. Yeah, just don't confuse it for like they're not real humans. That's not how real humans act, and that's fine. I just can't do it because like the editing is usually so choppy that kills me. Like I think I'm more technical, so on a technical standpoint, it kills me. So I just can't do it for the most part. But if people love it, I mean, it's fucking popular and it's also cheap. I think it's much cheaper than getting actual actors and writers. And don't get me wrong, they have writers on these shows and they have directors on these shows because they're not fucking real. But it doesn't matter because it's like, if people are enjoying them, great. I mean, that's your thing and you want to escape and just sit. The value of sitting on your couch and turning off your brain and just kind of zoning out to like relax everything around you in a crazy, crazy world, that has value. And I'll never fucking argue against that.
Yeah. I agree with you. I can't really watch a lot of that he said, she said kind of stuff, you know, that all that. But I do like some of those paranormal shows. And
are those how real do you think those are? Like versus I've ever looked up like do they fake?
I think it's the same. I think it's the same. Some of them are like because say some of them go to famously haunted places. They'll try to find like they've been shows where they caught people trying to exaggerate, you know, where like where the building had people trying to scare people. You know what I'm saying? So there've been those kind of shows, and some of the stuff like some of the characters or the people that are in the shows, they totally ramp up their oh my god, dude, oh my god, you know, like their expression and like
I just want the shit that makes you want to slap people. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
People don't talk
just
like
relax. That. But yeah, some of it's, you know, you take it with a grain of salt. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I also like some of the fix up the car shows, you know, like let's make this car.
Those are cool. I think like the technical stuff, like that's fun. Like I used to like that show, Pimp My Ride on MTV. That was fun because it was just like it was like not reality, but I like the technical, the design aspect. Like, how are you going to fit a 50-inch TV into the back seat of this fucking 91 Buick? Let's find out. Yeah. Fucking cool, do it. And like, but you find out later, like that shit is not street legal, and
or they don't take care of it. I hate when they don't take care of this shit after they get it.
And then, but there's other stories where like they actually would have to take out half the stuff in there, and like they would take it back, and like the tax on like if they give you a car and they fill it with like $100,000 worth of shit, you owe like 20 grand of taxes, and like these are like kids that work at like McDonald's taking care of their grandparents. Like they don't have that, so they have to like take it all back, and that show was just utter bullshit. But it was fun to watch from like a technical and design aspect. I'm like, cool, just like. Don't think there's some kid rolling around town with like 120 grand worth of electronics in his fucking 91 Buick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But that was fun.
Another one that I got really into during the pandemic, shout out to Mario, my cousin. He put me onto it, was Ink Master. I really like that show. Because it feeds kind of like the tattoos. Yeah, it feeds into the creativity and drawing and art and all that stuff. And then also like, man, I don't know how many, all these people volunteer for tattoos, bro. They're free tattoos, you know? So, and then like some of them, like they're like, oh, it's an empty canvas. That means it's your choice. You can do whatever the fuck you want on them.
What? That's like, I understand volunteering for like a free haircut at like the barber school because your shit will grow back.
Yeah,
your fucking skin ain't growing back if it's like a fucking one lopsided dude's face, like tattoo nightmare.
Yeah. So, but they did it, man, and they also have these technical challenges, which is more about art than tattoos, because it's like they'll be like, oh, we want you to create something out of these cups of water with different shades of color and give us depth and this and that, and it's like. Really intricate and interesting ways they do it. So Ink Master is a really cool competition show.
For those that don't know, Francisco's actually a very good artist, and so I can see why you would totally dig that show. Like just from an artistic standpoint, I probably enjoy some of that stuff too.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. Anything else we want to add to reality TV? Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but you know you got to make your own mind up, guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's value in just relaxing and sitting on the couch. There's huge value in that, so I can't argue it. But it's got to figure out what appeals to you and why. Like, I don't like the shows where it's like mean. Like they're just like, fuck this guy, fuck that. Like I don't like that. Like, I think part of the appeal to the Great British Baking Show is they're all like always hugging each other and encouraging each other, and when someone leaves, like it's very emotional and people like cry, and it's like the happier positive side of humanity is more on display than like the shitty crass bullshit side of these other competition shows. I don't know, whatever those like, was it Flavor of Love where the women are like throwing ashtrays at each other? You're like, all right, whatever the shit. I'm pretty sure that's all faked too. But anyways,
and that's would you ever watch a show called 90 Day Fiance?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but it's a show called that. It's really popular, I guess. It's 90 Day Fiance.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a funny premise, but if they actually think like, dude, people can date for years and not to really know each other because humans are so complicated, and for them to think in 90 days you'll meet and know each other so well, you're gonna spend the rest of your lives together. It's possible if you're on the next level of like knowing yourself, but majority of us don't. Especially within 90 days. So it sounds like a fiasco, but if it's entertaining and enjoy yourselves, but at the end of the day, watching like what's it called, White Lotus, you could see how the relationships of these people, so they don't seem to like, they've been married for years and they kind of start to peel back the layers where they don't know each other at all in certain areas, which is fascinating to me. It's so good. Because people are complicated, but I think they remove like the intricate nature of humans on those shows to just a very surface level. I can't. It's fine. It's just not for me. I would just see like the disasters waiting to happen.
What about Dr. Pimple Popper?
What the fuck?
These are real reality TV shows, bro.
Like on TikTok or something?
I think this is on like TLC or something.
Wow, TLC. I mean, that fucking meeting where someone walked in the room. Okay, guys, I got an idea. He pitches it, and at the president is like, "Yeah."
That's the thing, man. People like watching people pop their zits. No,
are we just really hurting for like entertainment?
I love doing this to you, man. It's like torture. You're like, you don't know what to say.
Is that like how Tarantino always films feet kind of level of I don't know, man.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Oh man, I tell you what, it's pretty gross. I've seen like a commercial for it, and you're like, oh. All right, man. I think we're good. I think we covered it. I think we covered a lot of bases there.
Yeah.
Some things we'll watch, some things we won't.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that one with us. All right.
Let's I'm sure somebody out there watches Dr. Pimple Popper. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like a bunch of seasons.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know who those people are, but bless you. Bless you and get some help. I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving because, oh my God.
All right. Yeah. Ready to move on to something a little bit more our level?
Please.
We got trailers. Yeah. Great. All right, man. Yeah. Elemental by Pixar.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like the concept. It's like a fun, simplified, it's like a big concept of where they just take like earth, wind, fire, and blend all that together into like a city or a town, and they're all like on the subway doing their thing. And so you take that high concept and they're going to turn that into like a story, and it looks like they're taking a story of like fire and water characters are somehow going to be attracted to each other and have to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what the story is, but designs looks fun. It looks very Zootopia-like. And I love Zootopia. Pixar has not been super on fire in the last several years, so I'm kind of rooting for this one, but it looks like a ton of effects with like water and fire, things growing with dirt, and tons of effects to look at. I don't know, fingers crossed, but what were your thoughts?
I liked it, but I had a funny feeling watching it. Like, I felt like I've seen it before. That's the one thing that kept bugging me. And I don't know if I watch it a couple more times, if it'll hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, it's this. But they didn't give us enough of the story to pinpoint it. Story. But but other than that, I'm like, have I seen this? I'm like, this looks a little familiar. But other than that, I mean, Pixar has a special place in my heart, so I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'll always give every Pixar film a shot, and at worst, it's usually pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's fine. And if anything, this film's probably going to be a feast for your eyeballs because it looks tons of design work went into it. So, Elemental, when does it come out? I don't think it's this year.
I don't think it said.
I am looking that up now because I am so cool. It is coming out June of 2023, so it's still got a ways to go.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next one. Yeah. 80 for Brady.
Dude, I put this on here. I saw I didn't know what this was, and I clicked on it. And if you watch the trailer for this, like the first like 30 seconds are annoying as shit. I was like, why are they doing this? But once the trailer itself starts, I was like, this is a really cute idea. Do you want? Well, you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
What were your thoughts?
At first, I was like, why this motherfucker sent me this trailer for Tom Brady? Does he not know that I hate Tom Brady? Why would I want to?
Yeah.
So why would I want to watch a 2-hour anything Tom Brady?
Yeah, I think me and you both have equal disdain for Tom Brady. But when I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is, then I saw, I think one of the cast members listed. I was like, what? So then I watched it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
Trying to move past the fact that they were all wearing Tom Brady jerseys the whole time.
Yeah.
Some of the bits were funny. I liked some of the bits. And Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin have a show on Netflix. Frankie and Grace, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so they have great chemistry on that. So
and then Sally Field on top of that, still really great. She was awesome in Winning Time this year, HBO. And then Rita Moreno, to round out the cast, she was originally in the original West Side Story.
Yeah.
Like, she's been around for she's classic. So I'm like, this is a cool cast. And then on top of that, they drop a whole bunch of other actors in the thing. I was like, damn, they're really kind of going for it.
Yeah, there was a bunch of talent on there.
And then when one of the actors runs into Gronk, that was really funny. I was like, shit, this is funny.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, do they have to have something great too on movies? Why do they have to have everything, dude? I don't know, man. The hate. I can't suppress the hate.
Yeah, no.
And they're gonna win whatever. I wonder what Super Bowl they're supposed to go to.
I don't know, but I mean, the premise is these older women are all huge Tom Brady fans and decide this might be the last year we can do this thing to go see Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So they do this cross country trip, and I think they're all 80 years old women going across country to go to the Super Bowl, and they have no idea how to get tickets, how to do this and that, but they're just gonna go for it. And it's them going through all the adventures to get there and then try to get into the game itself. And it looks really cute. I mean, and it's great actresses.
Yeah,
I want to watch it. I don't know if I'm not gonna watch it in the theaters, but we'll watch it, I think. All right. But yeah, 80 for Brady. I'm like, all right, fine. All right, what else we got?
All right, next up we got Inside. Willem Dafoe, starring in the What the Fuck movie of the year. Inside. Bro, what is going on, dude? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. Is he in prison in the apartment? He can't get out, and he tries to build he tries to through art try to create a portal outside, or I don't know, man. It's intense. It's intense, and it's out there.
Yeah, first shout out to my sister Celestina. Actually sent me this. She's like, have you guys seen this? Have we talked about it? And watch it. I was like, oh no, check it out.
Celestina.
Woo. And so I watched it, and it was like, okay, it starts out like this. I'll just tell you what the trailer is. The trailer is an art thief breaking into an apartment trying to steal some shit. And the apartment is some kind of mega locked down high rise, and all of a sudden the doors all lock and the windows have bars on them, and there's no running water. It just shuts off the entire. He's sealed in this apartment. And he can't get out, and he slowly is going crazy. And it shows him just trying to not die, drinking toilet water and shit like that. And the heat in the building keeps getting turned up, and it's basically a story about a dude trying to just get through every hour of every day, struggling.
Dude, you got all that from the trailer?
Yeah, and he's going crazy because he's stuck in there for at a period of time. I'm guessing reality is going to start getting bent at some point because it starts to get weird. I think I was too distracted
by the visuals or something, because I was like, I didn't get any of that. I just got, he was like, okay, he can't get out, and he's starting to draw shit on the walls, and he thinks he's figured it out. And I'm like, why is he complaining about being stuck there? It's a pretty nice looking place. That's what I was thinking.
Because there's no food, no water, and that they keep turning the heat on, and it shows a temperature gauge going up to 100 degrees, and he's just freaking out, and he keeps trying to stick his head in the refrigerator and trying to not die.
Dude, 100 degrees ain't shit.
In a room with no water, I think after a couple days, you would disagree. Anyways.
Bro. Yeah. So it looked crazy.
Mr.
It looked crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Inside. That comes out next March.
Who directed it? Do you know?
Inside, I don't. But I think his performance looks fucking awesome. I think is William Dafoe ever in a bad film? Like, I don't think he's ever in like in a bad film.
Yeah. Did you ever watch The Lighthouse?
No, it looked fucking nuts.
Yeah, so when Robert Pattinson got announced as Batman, I went into a deep dive of his films, and he's in Lighthouse. And it's fucking crazy. It's good. It's like, it's messed up. It's dark. They consider it a horror film, which I don't, but
is it more like psychological thriller?
Yeah. And but it's like so batshit crazy. Some things are just funny because they're all like losing their minds, you know, and they like, the camera does a great job of like catching that and like doing it like really up close to their face. And you're like, damn, this is fucking crazy. But yeah, that's how I got to watch the Good Time movie.
Oh, that movie was awesome.
I'll check it out because I like Willem Dafoe. Like, you're right, he's not in a bad movie. And all right, man. Moving on to new to the list.
Yeah,
we've talked about these, but now they're available to stream, so you can pop them on right now after you're done listening to us. First up is Smile. It looks freaky deaky. It's on Paramount Plus. You can stream it now.
It looks weird.
You still have an itch for a horror movie. Here you go. Smile.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it yet?
No, we were gonna watch it last night, but we watched Nope.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me know how Smile goes, and if I maybe might check it out. Actually, no, I won't, because I don't have Paramount Plus. Never mind.
Oh. All right. Moving on to the next thing is Spirited. The Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds movie is on Apple.
Yeah.
I didn't know it came out yesterday.
I know it was out already. Okay. I guess they're trying to capitalize on the Thanksgiving machine.
Yeah. So if you like The Christmas Carol, and if you like Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, check it out. It's on Apple. Spirited.
Yeah, we watched the trailers, and the first trailer was like, ugh. The second trailer was like, oh, okay. And the second trailer made me give it hope. And are you going to check it out?
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Yeah, I don't know when, but I will.
Cool. Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm really behind on stuff.
We're infinitely always behind. There's too much stuff. That's what we have a podcast for, to hopefully let other people make better decisions than us. All
right, moving on to our double feature. And because, the Spirit movie came out and it's Christmas Carol, and it's basically time travel, takes you back in time. We went with a time travel or timeline shenanigans double feature. So anything to do with time traveling or funny things with the timeline. What do you got?
Yeah. All right. First. So, I mean, it's a great concept. There's so much to choose, but I chose a different one where it's very much in line of like people that made a mistake in the past and they kind of want to rectify it. And I'm not going to do Back to the Future. Too easy. I chose one that's actually, I like this movie. I thought this movie was really understated. I chose Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, yeah. That's a good movie. The first one's really good.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the second one, but the first one, there's so many great little parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. Take that off your list. But Hot Tub Time Machine, if you haven't seen it, put it on your list. It's a really understated, good film. John Cusack, the star. I thought Rob Corddry as a co-star was hilarious. Like, this was the first time I saw him on the big screen. I'm like, damn, this guy's good. And then he went on to be on a bunch of other stuff. And Craig Robbins, always amazing. And then Crispin Glover, who's actually in, coincidentally, Back to the Future, has some really funny bits where the premise of the film is these guys go back to the ski resort 20 years later or something as adults. And then it turns out 20 years before they were all there. And it was like an eventful trip where they meet their wives or they meet people who could have potentially been their wife but didn't, and they had to make these choices, and something happens or they go back in time and they take over their old bodies of the youth, and they have to relive that whole time. They're trying to get it right this time, and it's really well done. It's super 80s. Everyone's wearing the most 80s of 80s clothing possible, listening to the most 80s music as possible. Like it's just turned up to 11 for the 80s. It's just a fun time. And go ahead.
I was gonna say I love that movie, man. I remember watching it and I was like, it was so funny, dude. And I can't remember the young guy's name. That he's like,
kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's funny.
He's so funny in that movie, and like, man, Robert Corddry messes with him so hard.
That's right.
But it's a hilarious movie. Good pick, man. What I got for you is not so. I guess I could have gone nicer, but I went with Looper.
Ooh,
Mr. Bruce Willis,
directed by Mr. Rian Johnson, one of my favorites.
Yeah, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Man, it's a good movie, bro.
It's just good. Totally and Emily Blunt.
Yeah,
playing an American.
Yeah. So Bruce Willis plays a hitman, and an old hitman, and I guess from the future, they sent the young version of himself to kill him. Right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah. No. They in the future, if they want to dispose of you or kill you because technology is so advanced in the future, they actually get your body, whoever you are, and send you alive. They send you back into the past, and there's a hitman there who kills people and disposes of the bodies in the past because they can't do it in the future, which is a cool concept. And like, the time travel aspect is kind of understated because there's a person from the future who's kind of running the criminals in the past, but he has to hide in a bunker so he doesn't affect like any timeline issues. And how they deal with time and time travel is really like super simplistic but understated. Like I don't know how to like. There's not like crazy. There's not like dudes showing up in spaceships with laser weapons from the future. Like they try to minimize it as absolutely as possible. And it's just criminals versus criminals, and it's all like gangs and organized crimes, and it's all like street level shit. And it's fun. Like it's really, really clever, and Rian Johnson like knocked it out of the park in this film. And there's a lot more to it than that. I'm trying to keep it a little more mellow. But go ahead, man. This is your pick. I'm fucking talking my ass off over here. Because I really like that movie.
I mean, like, I mean, when Joseph Gordon-Levitt finds out that it's him, it just makes it a different film after that. So it's a buddy thing after that. So they just have to figure out how to survive. And go ahead.
Yeah, it's very clever. Like they're not like. It's not lazy time travel shit. It's like, ooh, that makes sense. Ooh, that makes sense. Oh, I would definitely do that. Oh, that's clever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. So yeah, Looper, check it out. We got Looper
Rian Johnson, man.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
That would be a really fun double feature for time traveling. What would you watch first, Looper or Hot Tub Time Machine?
Maybe Looper, and then end it on a high note.
Cleanse your palate a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Looper has some dark stuff in it.
Yeah. And that way you won't feel so exhausted afterwards, you know?
Yeah. Man. All right. Yeah, that's good job, man. That's a fun one.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Any final thoughts?
T-minus like 3 or 4 days to the season finale of Andor. Oh my God.
I know.
I'm nervous.
There, man.
I'm nervous. Like,
hopefully they land the plane.
I don't think they've set up any like massive battles or anything. I think it's just going to be certain people getting together with certain other people kind of saying, okay, let's do this thing. Because they're already starting to shoot season 2. So they clearly have a plan. So I think there's just whatever's going to happen is going to kick into season 2. I don't think there's going to be a massive battle or anything crazy like that. That's my only prediction.
I wonder how long the episode is going to be.
Oh, they've announced it. It's like an hour.
Oh, okay.
A little over an hour. Oh, here's the other thing. I saw a headline saying it was going to be a after credits scene. So that'll be a first for the show. So stay tuned for that. But how do you feel about them doing after credit scene for a Star Wars show? Because that's like a very much a Marvel kind of thing.
I mean, they're all the same company now, so they're just gonna bleed into each other.
I wish they would. To be
honest, I like it. I don't mind it. So if more people do it, I mean, I'm good with it.
It's cool. I don't know. I think it needs to have like some.
You think it takes away from the specialness of it?
I don't know. I like consistency. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, all Marvel films do it, cool. But like, none of the other episodes did it, so now they're gonna do it for this one. I don't know. I like consistency more.
Yeah,
but whatever.
But before Andor, a lot of the Star Wars shit was consistently bad, and now it's just consistently good. So
I'll give it to you there, 100% there. Good one. Yeah, there we go. And hopefully I could pull you away from the TV for your fucking soccer tournaments next week to do an episode.
I know, man. Like, the only thing that sucks is like I'm gonna have to watch replays because a lot of these games are during the early morning, like 5, 6, 8, 11 o'clock a.m.
So that'll be weird.
Yeah.
But it's just the World Cup. It's always how it goes. Yeah. All right. Any other final thoughts?
That's it for me, man. Getting ready for the holidays. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing anything out there? Are there any more Dr. Pimple Poppers out there? Let us know. I'm Francisco.
I'm Andres.
And have a great week. 2 Nerds, 1 Pod. Let's go. Bye-bye.